Hello, wilsonserran here, and I might just change the angle. Maybe this needs to go a bit higher up. And we mute this one like this. All right. We were building a tune, and for some reason the other video which was the number 3, something happened. So I'll walk you through where we are now. So some of the elements might be new since the second, but instead of just not letting it be and do something entirely new, I thought I'd just keep going and keep you in the loop, because sometimes that happens. Projects go a loop or a system crashes, and it's not amazing, though we face stuff in life anyway, and it's how we face it that makes a difference. So this is where we're at now. And I'll turn it. I hope it wasn't a neighbor. So this is where we're at right now. Some of the elements are a bit too loud. The snare is definitely a bit on the high end. And you heard some automation I made here. I can make it again just to show, because I made it in the last. Well, that doesn't exist. I can remake it. I'll show you. It's quite. I will not say easy, because that's always an opinion, right? Quite simple when you've done the right preparation. That's more the way to say it, right? All right. So let's see here. The original, the build here. This one we have here. This part, right? This part is meant to be some sort of preparation for the break, and then we have the melody being introduced here, faded in, and all this, which we then can use when the drop comes and the melody flows, and we have some samples and all that. Earlier we also found some drum samples. I might change those a bit, because just to make it a bit more organic, but the melody itself sounds. Sorry. Sorry, is this the one? Yeah, this is the one, right? that's where the melody will come, right? So that will be how it is. But so far, we are still here at the where we introduce the melody, and then the melody. I've said this already, if I could speak. But sometimes my word stumbles, but because I need to practice a bit more. But that's probably not changing that, since that's a part of me. It's always been. People will know it. Know it. Let me just. And the camera is shaking, but that. Well, that's. So, right. Let's look at some of the elements here. The snare. This was just like what do you say? Just to build, right? I will probably change it a bit from the original. This was the original. Let's find it here. 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 Get over here. That was from the original. It's on that one. It's sort of like a racing tune, or let's go. One of my earlier tunes, but the inspiration was then I took some drums, snares here, and that's not. Those are too loud in volume, and I need some sort of different way to build them up. And since it's not the final drop, this is just the beginning. Can make it quite simple. And we need to change some volume as well. A great trick is sometimes just to listen to the elements, turn it fully down, all elements, and if you have one element above those, you can still hear when you have it in almost turned down to 0, the volume, then you know that element is or could be a bit too loud. Though if you want that element to be dominant in the mix anyway, then it doesn't matter. But in a mixing perspective, that's the best way to go about it, to make sure that every element is in the right place. And I'm sorry, I sound like I'm blowing in the mic. Let's just get some air here. Some air. So let's see here if we can get the volume a bit more on point. And since we don't know if this one is loud enough yet, let's go to the mixer again. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure if this will be the rhythm, but the plugin, the lead, the plug we have here. Let me just. It can be a bit repetitive to listen to stuff over and over again when you don't produce, but like this, right? So you see this, the plug-in main volume max is about, it says 10 here, but you cannot see it, it's quite small. The snare though, is somewhere between 0 and 10, so that means it's too loud. In the beginning, at least. This is better. And maybe we need, hold on. Maybe we need a bit of variation. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Something like this, maybe. Oh, that's not. And we'll need to also make something with the volume, but I'll show you. There are many ways to do that, but you can also use filter, cut off, or fade out or fade in. But right now I need to make this one or these two smaller and move this over here. This is the one. Oh, oops, that's the one. But sometimes it doesn't need to be that advanced, because this is just the beginning, and sometimes the ear cannot follow anyway. So sometimes I want to be experimental, but sometimes even my ears cannot follow. So it doesn't have to be advanced. Sometimes simple is powerful, and can make a tune even stronger. Let's see here. Just to vary it, we'll put it here instead. And we'll do a bit like this to build. Hold on. We'll delete these two. Make this one shorter. Maybe. Let's see how this is. And we'll use that fade thing I spoke of. Oh, I need the power. Yes. I need the fade. I just need the rack. Is this one? Yes. So this one here is the element or the snare. You can see it's like a sort of a reason is a curious thing. What I've worked with is so long, so for me it's just the way it is. It has kind of three parts. It has the mixer, and it has the sequencer, or the where you put your elements and all that, and the rack is it's not every DAW that has this, but it doesn't matter. Reason, I'm not sure if they were the first ones to make it like that, but I like it. So a little bit more visual, but there's no DAW that's better than others. But if, like, when I worked with this one for like 20 something years, though I had a parenting break and all that, for me this is the one. If that doesn't sound too weird. So everyone is different, and if you ask a different guy or girl, whoever, who makes music as well, they'll say this one is the greatest, or there's a different one, and there's many ones, Reaper and Ableton and Logic and many. So it's not like there are any rules to what you can use, but it's up to you in the end. I'll just need to find an element, or like something I can, the volume. Oh, that's the one. This one. So now I'll automate the volume here. So right now you cannot see I'm pointing, but here, look at the arrow, right? Here. This is the area where I want want to change something about the element which I added the automation to. So now I just double click when it's recent, different projects here. And I do like this. Now you can see it's changed. It goes up in a line. A line. I cannot see the line. Yes. That might be even too. I think it needs. Oh, I think it was the wrong one. It was the volume we needed here. The main volume for this one was 6 something, 664. So to make sure is we'll just delete this one because I don't think we'll need it. And remove the automation here. Maybe we'll need it later. Need it later. So we'll just keep it. Double tap here. Now we know this one should be 604, 664. Oh, that's the preferences. Let's just see. And this one is to be about 50 or so, just to make it rise up a bit here. That's a bit too low in volume. Different ways. This is too low. Still too low. Let's make it 250. Or maybe even just delete this one because the other one is not loud enough anyway. This is actually better, I think. So now there's some sort of it's not a glitch. It's how do you say that? How would you say that? Like if a tune has some sort of thread through the entire tune that guides it through, this part here between where I'm pointing, the thread changes a bit, so we need to make it a bit more obvious that we want this rhythm to start and continue here, because it's different here. Doesn't match, so maybe we will introduce the main melody later and just use this part here and double them and move it a bit so we can reuse maybe later. Oops, like this. And Mr. Mindbeat would say, just clean your project. That awesome, great guy. Sometimes I don't. When I send stuff to him, it seems like he has to do a bit of a extra cleaning in the projects I sent him. So, so yeah. Well, I'm getting better there. Better. Let's see. Yeah. This is actually too loud. Is that one? Maybe we do make a bit. We use some reverb. Reverb. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this is in the other video, but to staying consistent to one sound, that's a good thing. You can jump different ways sometimes, but at times it's good to stay to make the sound that people recognize you for. That would also mean they're using the same sound plugins or presets and effects. So I always quite often use this reverb. It's just one of the stock reverbs or reverbs in Reason, and to stay consistent instead of having 10 different reverbs. This is better actually, and maybe the volume needs to go a bit down. Get down. Let's check to see where did the mixer go. Yeah. Yes. I mentioned like on the master output, for some reason it doesn't matter when it goes through the roof and in the red, but in all these elements you see here in the mixer, they need to be under the red, so it doesn't go in the red. So this one is definitely too loud, but that's a good thing when you get this use samples and all that, because then you can adjust them easier. You don't have to maximize and all that, so it's better that it's a bit too loud than too low in volume. Is that better? This is actually better. Maybe it's even a bit more here. Well, that's about it, yes, I think. And to be sure, we can also do like this. I'm not sure if... So different ways to build stuff up. You can also take the original samples you have and reverb, reverse. This is one of those days. Reverse them, right? And in Reason is built so you can keep the same sound, but make it shorter and still not sounding pitched or anything. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And doing like this. So this is some sort of nitpicking, but let me just zoom in so you can see it a bit more here. So this is actually this sample, just but in a shorter form, and I reverse it here. That's actually better. Small thing, but sometimes that's better. So now that's the crash. I think the crash is a bit too low. The crash is a bit too loud in volume. I need one more screen recorded, but I'm not sure how to do that. I need one more screen, but we'll do that in time. But let's put it up here again. Let me just see the crash here. Maybe we do like this. We reattach the mixer instead. Attach, boom, and we just close this down. Hold on, boom, like this, and then we have both. And the rack is here. So now, it's the crash. This was the crash, right? So it's this one. So let's turn it down a bit just to see. It's better. I think. All right. So. And maybe we need some percussion. Something quite simple. You can always work with samples, but and I'll just put in a sample just for the example of it. And sometimes in some projects I do it a bit more deep and make it with instruments that where I tap in the MIDI notes, but that's differs sometimes. But we won't do that here. We'll do like this and put a filter on the hi-hat and a reverb. The reason why I will show you in a moment. Dry, yeah. So this one needs to be at 0 because it's not an if effect we'll need right away. Well, that's not the one. Is that the one? Okay. That's the one. That's the reverb we need. So now we do this. And I need to find the... Yes, that's the one. So now we make automation for the... How to explain that? Automation is kind of like when you have effects, you want to control, and you want it to change during the part of the tune you're making, more or less. And I do that with both the reverb and the filter. And for the reverb, the reason for that is because of the break we have here, which comes in the middle, and that makes the break stronger sometimes. I do it many times. I do it like this quite often. So like this, right? And I filter it in, and maybe put on some sort of effects. A bit crush maybe. Let's see here. Sometimes ideas are not the right ones, but I figure it out anyway. It looks like I'm quite brown. Got some sun. Actually, not sure. Let's see here. So I think I forgot to turn on something here. Set the filter. Or could we forget the... I tapped something wrong. So I think I forgot something on the mixer because we have no sound. Let me just see. And sometimes it's the treasure hunt because many things I do automatically, but yeah. But let's see here. Oh, it's the filter crush here. Hold on. Wasn't it? We just need to find it again, yeah. And this one, was that the one that got the... Yes, better? That was. Because it's the bit crush makes... Well, it crushes it. So, this is the filter building in here. And maybe I'll even change it so it starts here. Let's see. And I think to match the rhythm, the snare can be different. Let me show you. Oh, hold on. What I mean is the snare can be mirrored in the plugin. That sometimes makes it even stronger. Select the rhythm we have here. Sometimes, well, this can be simpler, but I can also do it by ear. But I'm not able to do it in any way here. I can see because I just forgot that it didn't have any MIDI notes. So when we move it here, then it follows the plug sound. This is actually quite good. Good. And I think that riser thingy, I think the riser needs to be lower in volume. Hold on. It's good. Let me just check here. Where's the mixer? Here. So the mixer we have up here, right? Yeah. We have the riser here. It's quite loud in volume. Let's check the other elements. And maybe we also need the riser to fade out. Let me show you how we do that as well. It's the transition between it's building and the drop actually makes it a bit more slow for some reason. Sometimes I cannot spot why, but maybe it can be because of the riser, which is too loud. Neat mixing tip actually. If you want something to drop a bit harder, when you have a tune, right? You turn the main volume down to 2 dB, and then when what you want drops, then it sounds more powerful. If it comes from lower 2 dB to the 0, or wherever your dB will be at that time. But when the drops, it's the loudest, and when it how do I explain this? I can show you, right? So here we have up here, that's the master section, and I don't normally do anything with that, but I can show you what I mean here. To make it a bit more powerful, right? And that's one of those things people don't know, maybe, as long as it works. But it's a neat trick. I think I heard it from Mr. Armin or Armin van Buren at some point in an episode or on a podcast, or where he was in the studio, I think. So we just need to, now we work with this one, right? This one, the main volume is 700. We can see it here. So that's the main value. So that would be in this case, the 0 dB, and the build here would be lower. So we can go like this, extend this one, right? I just need to see, hold on. Make that 734 as well. Maybe even, hold on. To make it drop harder here. So now, sometimes this trick doesn't work. It's some sort of filtering I need to do most of the times. And I just need to see what the 0 dB looks like, because then I need to look at the master level to see where it will go, but that we can see here. So now I tap here and see where it went. It went down 4.19, so we'll turn it up a bit to 670 maybe, to see where it ended up as. Now we are closer to 238, and maybe we get it a bit louder. This 680 would be. So that's more or less exactly like 2 dB. On this one, I'm as close as possible to where the drop happens. That's here. You cannot hear it now, right? No one notices, but it works wonders, I think, at least. Now we make the the riser, reverse it like earlier, and put it on the right side of the original riser here to have it fade out instead. So we duplicate it and cut and snip a bit. Hold on. That would be about here. And we, in Reason, there's a feature called snap, which means it's simpler to, I keep saying simpler, but you know, right. It's some people would say easier for the same thing, and some people would say simpler. But those are, if you ask me, two different things. But the end result is that what people hear is, and they like it. That's the most important thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter what technique, it's what magic trick it's used. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And to have it bounce a bit more, we use something which is called sidechain. There are many ways to do it, advanced ways, and also plugins were made by different companies. And in this case, it was in the recent rack, there was one, but I also always oh my. You're on for the ride. You're on for the ride. But I already had one, so I use that. I use that always, almost always, because sometimes when you have stuff that works, why change it? But since I don't use it all the time, in the tune I have almost always as well. I automate it, so that's what I do here. Let's just see here. That would be when it's on, and this would be when it's off. I'm not sure if you can hear it. But this way it pulses a bit more and keeps the rhythm a bit more alive. I think we'll add a reverb to this to make it flow a bit more. And you know the reverb and we are going to use, and we're going to write correctly as always. We will use this one. And automation here, which is, where on earth did that go? Where did that one go? So that was one, right? This is the one. Yes, that's the one. Yes, sometimes, well, my projects are, this one is actually quite small. So some of my projects, the double size of this, but then sometimes my machine struggles, so that's probably a reason for that as well. And also when I send it to Mr. Mindbeat sometimes, well, it doesn't, his machine struggles with it too because it's too big, and sometimes I haven't cleaned it yet, so, well, I'm working on being better. Let me just see. Is that one? No, that's not good. Let's take it to 20 maybe. That's better. All right. And also mixing. Well, that's different. Sometimes you don't have to care, but in a sound, to be sure that it doesn't collide with the more bassy elements that you have, a kick and or the bass line. You can remove. There's a different ways to do it, but in Reason, I just go to the element itself, tap F2, and then cuts the lower frequency of the element. And I actually also forgot to do it on some of the other elements as well. I just need to see if I'm not sure if I cut anything in this one actually. So I need to check the mixer because this one is muted. I'm not sure why. Hold on. That's why. Let's hear it. And I'm not sure if it needs a reverb anyway, but let's see. Maybe without the reverb, how does it sound then? Not the reverb, the sidechain. Let's remove the reverb here. I'm not quite sure actually. Let's see. We just go to this. Let's just combine those. It may be then. I just need to see what key the bass line is in. I can see it here. Is this one? That would be this one, right? No, sorry. So C, D, and E. So that would be an E. So now we close this one and go back. Sometimes it's not audible, but sometimes it's you can hear the difference. So now it's the same key. I'll close it down again. I'm actually not quite sure, but if it's actually needed, maybe we'll turn it down a bit. Maybe that's what makes it. And maybe I'm not sure, maybe I think I will vary this one. Oh, my knee is a bit weird. Hold on. Now it's the sound recording. That's going all right. So let's go on this one. I do like this. And take the other one here as well. Maybe that's just a copy. I think that is. I think it's like this, yes. And we hold on. Sorry. I said. And to be, I think I have an idea to. What we need is some automation, I think. Yeah, yes. So how does that sound? We just need some sort of reverse, or maybe I'll just find it again. Song samples. Oh, I think I know how to do it. Self-contained, check all. Oh, just find this one. I think I have some. Well, we'll just find some new one. Find a new one. But sometimes it's simpler to use the one I already have. Is that one? Oh, that's the kick. That's, is that one? I'm not sure where I used that though. All right, we'll go look through what I have instead. Reverb, reverse, crash. Right now, I think we'll build until the drop. Let's just see. I'm not sure quite how often I will make these. So if the first two ones were every week, but I'm not quite sure if it's every second week. I'm not. I would actually really like to know how often. I'm not sure. We're all different, right? But I thought of every second week, every every week. When I began releasing music, I wanted it to stay consistent. So in the beginning, besides sending in tunes every week for new tunes in for a demo drop with Steve Marks, I made a new tune every week, more or less. But when the first release happened, then I needed to get in gear and release every month. So that's what I did in the beginning. Right now, I'm at every six week via my main artist and aliases and all that. I also have the Drifting Stars with Mindbeat and the awesome Martin Hans Jensen with the awesome deep voice. But what I'm saying is I'm not quite sure if I'll make it every second week or every week, but whatever it fits, it ends up as, I'll share with you. Maybe even make some sort of questionnaire. But as long as I have fun, I'll keep doing it. The first 3 times were fun. For you, it's only the first 2, but something happened with the original third, so this is the third, right? So now I mentioned it twice, so we let it go. It was hard for me, but you get what I'm getting. You understand me, right? Hopefully. What we're looking for are right now reverse crashes. Let's not. Let's find something a bit more. That's good. This is good. We do that. Maybe even put it here, right? So, and I actually think it's one of those I already used. Weird thing. So I think max 2 hours for a video because this will be raw. I'm not cutting because sometimes I might say well, not every sentence I say is the most thought out the stuff, but instead of just keeping it in or deleting or anything, I'll share it because that's me. I think it's better, and I think that there's some authenticity to that, even though I don't wish to follow trends, but we do anyway. We don't run around without any clothes on, so that's also a trend. So to some point, well, some beaches are different, but you get what I'm going at, right? So sometimes, even though we don't say that we want the trend, we do it anyway. But let's get back to it. We need some sort of transition here because this is where the melody begins to change. Yes. And I think, oh, I have an idea. Hold on. And I'll copy this one maybe. yes, and we build the other one up as well here, and then yes, okay. This was the one. Was this it? Oh, that's not the copy we need. This is the copy we need. Maybe we do maybe like this. Oof. That's actually quite good. I think we filter this in and copy the original rhythm here. I think we are getting some there. This is where we want it, right? Here. And we filter. Sometimes the words just stumble out, and then I've said them already. But you're part of the party, so I'm a bit mumbly. But my colleagues will say that as well. They say I'm a bit weird sometimes. But I think, always yourself first, right? I think that it's part of the charm of the amazing me. But sometimes I suffer with my colleagues. I don't tell them though. Let's just see here. Oh, we do like this, yes. What is the original element here? We filter it in some sort of way, right? And I need to make sure we have, yes, the thing I'm doing here, because I'm doing it fast. Whoa. Doesn't make sense if you don't know what I'm doing right now. I do remember when I mentioned earlier the cutting out the low part of an element. This is what I'm doing here as well, and I just checking to see if I did it. Sorry, and I did. And we need to make some sort of automation for this one. And we go to this one and we do automate. So this one where it says you can, I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm not sure if I can even make it bigger. Close this. Hold on. Can it be bigger? Or there in a menu up top? There it is. Bigger. Ooh. Nice. Well, I find new stuff quite often. And if I get, then I find it again. Oh, I'm surprised again. Yes, it's amazing. So, so what I thought was to use this one, right? This. Oh. And automate that. So it's different. It's the sound changes, but I'm not sure that's enough though. I want to filter in some more, and that's where my Mindbeat probably is more. Some of his projects are less wild than mine sometimes, and that's a good thing. Sometimes I just get too many ideas. I should find one of my old projects, really old projects, to show you what ideas I had. I think we maybe do that in the end if I can find the project. I'm not quite sure, but otherwise we'll do it in a different video, maybe an old, some sort of part 4 or whatever. I just need to rinse. Do. And we need a filter. This is sort of live, so you get that as well, but, well, it is what it is. So let's continue. I want to add a filter to this one. This here, right? And sometimes I overdo myself and do it on the wrong plugin, like I just did. That's part of the party of being me sometimes, so I just need to do it again. And I filter. I feel for you. I'm thinking of making some sort of a collab video with Mindbeat quite soon. And I also work with Martin Hans Jensen. I'm also sort of doing that with him. I haven't mentioned it to him, but since it's now this will end up as something public, well, let's say it. Then I've said it. So I just need to change this to 41. Yes. And fade in here and use this one as well. Fade that in here. Boom. I think this is better. Better. Oh, that's an error. Sometimes I do stuff too fast. And also need a reverb extra, which you have seen earlier, which means I will use some sort of way to get into the break. And I use the stock reverb plugin called, I'm not quite sure, RV 7000 MK12 reverb. That's the one. And I'll automate it. Hold on. And I will automate. I'm not sure why I'm whispering. I don't know if it works. It's still a secret right now, but when you hear it, it's not a secret anymore. And I'm a weird dude, sorry. I'm not sorry. You shouldn't be sorry about the awesome person you are anyway. So now I'll make some automation for this one as well. I think we have to fade it out a bit here, so I'm actually almost made for 41 here. Yes. I'm not quite sure how far we'll get if we get to the drop today, but we make some additions to the pads and the strings also, and we'll have to work with that this drum and bass thing I found earlier, and that was more or less, I think, in the fictional episode you didn't see. It actually sounded like this. But to vary it, I well, we'll get back to the drop in a moment. Hopefully, if I remember. But since this is not live yet, really, you cannot remind me to get back on. But I actually want to do this to take questions, if possible, via Instagram or wherever it will be possible, while I make the tunes. But then the what do you say? The live commentary will not be on, but that could be a start. And people on the live stream, will not be able to hear the music fully, but they'll be part of it. So the comments will be there. So that's one of the thoughts I had. But I made this instead. So it's basically cutting up the last part of the sample and cutting it a bit here. Basically the same, but now it's unique. It doesn't sound like the original one. Well, let's get back to the fading out here. Stick to the subject. Better. I kind of. Oh, I'm not sure how to say it. Something is weird. Hold on. So that needs to be like this one. Yes, we cut that. Yes. And cut like this, because then it sounds like it's something surprising happens earlier than it should. That's not in the intention though. Maybe we just do. How does it sound if you just keep it like it is? Maybe we need an impact. Not that big an impact. Hold on. So now. We need to make the drums a bit lower in volume. And we need a bit more bass, I think, for this one. Ooh. And I think the bass needs to be louder. I need to find the mixer. Let's see. Wow. Maybe like this instead? Check the mixer, because I think that some of the elements are too loud, but I can only hear that in headphones, and right now I'm not in headphones. But we'll work with this. Yes, like you saw here. Hold on. I think you could see something went up in the red. Hold on, what did I see here? I didn't. Oh my. It's nice, but a pot. This one needs to be lower as well, and the bass one. Oh, that's not the. So, do we need some sort of because this one does not have any bass? So, do we need something to build the bass? We also need a build up for the drop. I'm not quite sure. That would be. Could it be this one? Oh, too many ideas sometimes. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We take this one, right? And it's not. It doesn't need to be faded, and we need to find the. We take it the last four to here, and then it drops, right? Oh, I need to explain that because that's in my mind. We create a build. So this, the one here, I'm doubling here, will end up here, and then the tune happens here. In this area, I can actually move it already because we know this is where it will start. And is it cut all the right places? And we don't take this one, do like this. Yes. Is that the right one? I need to type fear. Yeah. Yes. So we need to copy this one here. So we do like this. Oh, maybe like, hold on. Eller andet. So did we use this in the original? Yes. How did I just need to check the sound or how the filters was in the original. Was that here? That's here. Okay. All right. So we have a build here, some sort of a snare maybe. So something simple would be hold on. I'll just find the sample here. Snare build, and we'll maybe make something. Well, we also have always. Let's do something different. Hold on. We don't do splice. We do something else. We already have snare. Or snare. Here. 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 Hello. Here. Yes. This is here. And we need a crash. I think that's the one. That's not the one. It starts already here. We need to move it here. We put it here. Okay. We need more elements, but we not right now. We just need to get the idea of what this will be, right? Here, Attic here. Was it here? Like this. Oh yeah, yeah. Hvornår starter den? Det er helt over. Where does it start? It's just here, over here. So then we use this one and do like this maybe to bury it. And we need to keep it as basic as possible sometimes. Let's see how this will be. We build up here. Oh. My feet are a bit weird today. Hold on. Which one do we need here? That's the adagio thingy. Cut this one. Boom. And we filter it in. Let's see how this works. That could be it though, but it sounds a bit of stumbly. test something here. Hold on. I'll just how is this? We do like this, yes. Oh, copy. Yes. Just need to move it a bit more, maybe. And just we need a drum fill, some sort of drum fill. Bubbalum, Elena. Hold on, this one stays. Not quite sure, but this would be could be. We make it in the different key, like the original one. Maybe we do like this instead. Hold on. Sometimes it's a bit more. Sometimes there are some experiments. Yeah. Then now the snare drum doesn't fit, but we'll fix that on the way though. But maybe like this. Or maybe we'll just do like this. I'm not sure. Cut. Because that always works, but we might change it on the way, but I'm not sure. Who knows, right? So let's try something. Remove the entire block and all that. Blah, 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 blah. So now it's like this. Maybe the snares are too loud here, but this could work actually. So I think we'll work with this in a later project or a later video. Do-do-do. I think they are still a bit too loud though, but I need to check the volume here. What volume is this? Maybe we just take it at 600. Or maybe 650. Well, we'll see what works. But we're basically more or less at the end. I'm not sure if this would be a weekly video or /podcast / whatever way this will be presented as. But I know it's fun to make, and I actually like to share. So. It's based more, I think it's the volume that needs fixing and quite a few more things. 664. But we'll look at that in a later video. So that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to follow me everywhere. You stay safe and have a great day.